Hello and welcome to Shelf, the new inventory system we are using here at Sacred Heart University. In the first couple weeks of class, you'll get an invite in your email to create an account for this. It's going to be using your Sacred Heart email address, but you're going to create an individual password just for this site. It is not going to be the same login as your university login. If you go to the equipment room before you make that, that's fine. The workers at the equipment room will add you into the system and you'll get an invite after that. So I'm logged in as a regular user here. And we are over here at the left. There's a drop down menu. You can see it says SCMA Equipment Room. So that's the School of Communication and Media Arts Equipment Room. And here's our inventory. And this is always going to default to the sorting the last way you had it sorted. By default, the first time it's going to be as date created. And it's going to have the newest things at the very top. So this is basically when they were added to the list. And you can sort this by name. You can sort this ascending, descending, however you want to sort it. And also over here, you have this availability. So right now, by default, it's going to be on all, which will give you and show you things that are already checked out. So these ones are in custody. These ones are checked out. What's the difference between in custody and checked out? The main difference is that for anything that's going to be long-term, where I have no particular end date for a person, maybe a faculty member or something like that, they would be in custody. We're just giving to that person until they're going to return it. Checked out has a specific end date, so that way we know when that asset is coming back into the equipment room so someone else can check it out. Now you'll see each thing has a name. It has a category for it. We have tags that we can add to things. Because this is checked out, you don't have privileges of knowing who checks it out. You can also see what location it's stored in. So I'm going to just go click on only see things that are available here. I'm just going to click on this microphone as well. And when we open it up, you'll see a little bit more about it. So this is the full name of the microphone. This is just the system ID for it. So those are kind of just system pertinent things. This is when it was created. Its category, it has a short description. Of course, you can see we added a photo for it as well. This is its QR code that we added into the system for it. We also have our own external QR code that we created. Those aren't really things that are important to you. What's important to you is this the thing I need? And these two tabs, the activity, you don't really have permission to see those. And the bookings would show if that's going to be booked in the future or not. Now, one thing to note on this page where we have assets, so these things are individual assets. The microphone you can check out by itself. Down here, I have a headset that has a little icon here, and that's because it's part of a kit. So when I hover over that, it'll tell me that's part of the sports radio broadcast kit. So things like that cannot be booked individually. If I click on that item, you see if I go to book it, it says create new booking. It's not allowing me because it's part of a kit. And it'll actually direct me to go and find that kit, which we're going to do in a second. However, any of these microphones, if I wanted to book this microphone, if I click on the microphone itself, on the top right, I can create a booking. But let's talk about kits real quick here. So under kits, we can see all the camera kits that we have put together. So the Canon XA20s and 40s, the Lumix, the Canon RPs are all parts of kits because they have multiple items that are being checked out at one time. Now you can, if you know what you're looking for and you can't see it in the list, this might be a very long list. It might not be in the order you want to see it. So if you know you want a Canon, say RP, I'm just typing Canon RP into the search, and now all the Canon RP kits show up, and I can click on one of those and I can create a booking. Now I can also go to this bookings area here, and when I click on view bookings, it'll show me the bookings I've created, either past, so these are completed bookings, or bookings in the future. And again, I can sort that list and filter down. I only want to see what I have reserved or what's overdue or what's completed, right? So I don't need to see, or I can even see what's canceled. So right now it's seeing all, and these are just the things I've created as a demo. And also you have a calendar view, so I could see on a calendar when those things are going to happen. Now from anywhere, assets, kits, or bookings area, I can go up here and do a new booking. It's always going to look the same way when I click on this. So first of all, in the new booking area, you do have to put a name in. So I'm just going to put in demo booking right now. I would recommend putting the class project you're working on as your name, because that would be a great identifier to know what it's for. Then you have a start date. So by default, it's going to be the next current time you can pick it up. I want to maybe say this, I'm going to pick this up on Friday, right? I'm going to pick it up at 10. I'm going to type this in AM. And then I'm going to return it. Maybe I need this, I need it for 2 weeks. So I'm going to put it to there. And I'm going to return it by 5 p.m. Now you see here in the blue, this is our working window area, right? We're open from 9 to 5. So you can't book it to pick it up or return it outside this time. If you do, if I actually try to make this 6 o'clock instead of 5 o'clock, it'll give me an error. And I'm going to be nice to actually return it by 4 so people aren't waiting around all day for me. And down here under custodian, it's going to default to you. You cannot change that. It's always going to be you. You can always add a tag in and add a description in as well, but those are not necessary. You don't have to do that. Those are just helpful identifiers for yourself and for us. Now to add assets in, you're going to click on the view asset list. You can't, this QR codes are things that we have on them, and that's for internal use. So you're going to click on the view asset list, and it's going to open up a new window here. So this pop-up here, you can have the assets and the kits on either side. So now I'm going to add an asset. I'm going to add, let's say add a couple things. I'm going to add a tripod. I'm going to add a camera and maybe a light kit. Okay. So I'm going to go to my kits first because that's where my cameras are. And I'm going to look up, I want a Canon RP. So here's a Canon RP. I'm going to check on that. Now I need to go back to the assets tab for the tripod. If I hit this, you're going to see this little pop-up. Hey, make sure you confirm that you selected that before going to the other tab. I'm going to just say yes. And now I'm going to look up a tripod. I actually want the small rig tripod. I know that for a fact. So I'm going to type in small rig to get really particular about it. I'm going to check that off. And I also need lights. So I'm going to type in light and you'll see a bunch of different lights come up. And this is actually what I want. I want this light kit right here. I know I said kits are over here and assets are over here, but the lights are a kit on their own, one asset. So I'm going to click on that. And now we can see we have this little booking overview. My booking starts in 2 days and 38 minutes. I have a name, all the information. You can review that. Under booking statistics, it shows me how long the booking is going to be for, how many things I'm going to have checked out. And it also shows you what the value of all that stuff is that you're checking out that you're responsible for while you have that in your possession. And at the bottom here, it has all the things that we've selected. And you can still add more if you need to. So you can always add or take away at this point. And if for some reason you forgot to add something now and you remember it later on, you can always log back in and add something into a booking you've already created. Now at the top here, a couple things to look at before we actually make our request. So you can add it to calendar. You can actually click on this and it'll download a calendar file so you can add it to your calendar so you don't forget about picking it up and returning it. Here, click on this button right here, how booking works. And this is a great overview to always review. When you submit the request, you're going to click the request reservation. Once it does that, the admins, we get an email to show that it's been created. And at this point, the admin has the ability to override, modify, or even cancel a booking. And then you're going to check it out on the checkout date. That'll be handled by the administrators. And then we'll also check it back in at the end of it. Important notes, please return it the condition it was checked out. If you need to extend your booking, please contact myself or one of the graduate assistants in the equipment room. And administrators have final say on booking approvals based on equipment availability and priorities. Under actions, we can duplicate this booking, delete it, or generate a PDF overview. You can save it and come back to it later, or we just hit the request reservation button. And once you hit request reservation, again, an email will be sent to the administrators to make us aware that a booking has been created. And now if you go back to view your bookings, you'll see there is an upcoming booking for you. You have something reserved, subject to review. It has all your information in it. And when that day comes, you go pick that up. And if I click on calendar view, I can see when that reservation is. And once you click that reserve button, not only do the administrators get an email, but you also get an email with the reminder of what time you're picking it up when it's due back. So you'll also get email reminders. So make sure you check your email for those as well. And that is a brief overview of how the new system is going to work. Again, you can always just go to the equipment room and let the workers there check things in and out for you if you don't want to go through the process of doing it here online, but you can always make the reservation request ahead of time so that they have that equipment ready for you when you want to come pick it up.